Hello, my name is Ariel, like the mermaid, and in this video I'm going to talk about heterosexism, homophobia, and heteronormativity. Heterosexism is prejudice and discrimination based on the notion that heterosexuality and opposite-sex sexual and romantic relationships are the norm and/or are superior to other types of sexualities and relationships. The word is commonly used to refer to prejudice against homosexuality and gay relationships. Examples of heterosexism include assuming that people are attracted exclusively to the opposite gender, suggesting that gay men are less man than straight men, or that gay women are less woman than straight women, and suggesting that people who aren't straight should hide their preferences or should try to be straight. Now, heterosexism and homophobia are very much related, and they both are forms of bigotry against queer people. You could say that homophobia is a form of heterosexism, but particularly homophobia more specifically refers to a fear or a dislike of gay people, of people who are attracted to the same gender. Whereas heterosexism more broadly refers to an attitude that heterosexuality is superior, or that heterosexuality is the norm, or heterosexuality is more natural than homosexuality. The difference is heterosexism is a more broad term, and it's certainly related to homophobia, and sometimes heterosexist attitudes might be reflecting homophobic attitudes of like a fear or a dislike of gay people. But the big difference is heterosexism acknowledges that it might not necessarily be something where someone feels like a strong dislike towards gay people, or that they feel like a fear of gay people. Heterosexism could be more just someone kind of assumes most people are straight and doesn't really feel the need to acknowledge the existence of gay people, or it could even be as much as just them that they think that that heterosexuality is better, and that heterosexuality, the heterosexual relationships are more fulfilling. Heteronormativity is very much related to heterosexism, but it's specifically the idea that heterosexuality is the norm, and that the only type of normal and natural romantic and sexual relationship is a romantic and sexual relationship between a man and a woman. Now, a lot of people frequently will make heterosexist assumptions. Like, again, I mentioned as an example of heterosexism, assuming that, like, if you meet a person, like, who's a man, assuming that they must be only attracted to women, or if you meet a woman, that you assume that they must only be attracted to men. And obviously, we should it's good to fight these kind of assumptions, because these kind of assumptions, kind of do feed into an idea that heterosexuality is the norm and that heterosexuality is superior to homosexuality. But, I mean, it doesn't make someone a horrible person if they occasionally make heterosexist assumptions. I mean, I think most people do it, including myself. If you meet a man, you're going to assume that they're probably straight. And if you meet a woman, oftentimes you're going to assume that she's straight too. When you meet people, you generally are going to assume that they're heterosexual, because, more people identify as heterosexual than anything else. But it's good to be aware of these assumptions that we make, and sometimes catching yourself when you make a heterosexist assumption.